Hello everybody. I am tired. We moved, but it was a double move. We had to move from our campsite into a storage unit and then bring what we needed to the house that we're staying at. I'll throw a picture at the end, at least in the backyard. The neighbors are doing the lawn. I'm in the city again. It's almost as bad as the Sweetwater Creek site. At least I don't have the freeway. Okay, this isn't a full video. This is kind of this is where I've been for a couple days. It's been hard to sleep. I guess you can liken it to the old Tarzan movies or of that nature, where they'd send an expedition out and they'd find this person living out in the woods, in the trees, whatever, in the huts or cave, and they bring him into the big city and they set him up in an apartment and they put him in new clothes. And before the movie's over, they've climbed out the window and tried to find their way home. Of course, they're in a different continent, so they get into trouble. There's your movie. Got to have something in the way of plot twist or something. Maybe they find Bigfoot. Okay, so anyhow, this is just kind of fill you in. So I've got a really quick message for those that are trying to play the numbers game. Don't. You're not going to figure out when the rapture is. You're not going to figure out who the Antichrist is. It's irrelevant to what we have in our time that's left. We would recognize the Antichrist, so we're not going to be allowed to see him anyway. Not as the Antichrist. Now, he's here, he's on the earth because we're in the end times, and this generation will see him, but we'll see the 70th week. But he's not the Antichrist yet. One, he has to die, be resurrected, and taken over by a demon. Until he's had all three of those things happen, he's not the Antichrist. He's just a normal human being down here. Now, we look at the number 666. That's the Antichrist. Well, yeah, you could play numerology and you could say, well, this guy's name spells 666. Again, you're not going to know. So if it's that easy, it's not right. Now, it'd be nice to be able to say, I figured it out and nobody else in the world did, but get over yourself. You're not going to figure it out. But I have a quick solution for 666. What's the number for God? 7. It's always 7. And if you put them in Trinity, it's 777, right? Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Well, Satan has his 666. Satan is God. The Antichrist is Jesus. And the demon is the Spirit, operating in control of God. So there's your 666 definition fulfilled. Now, it may not be right, but your guesses may not be right either, probably not. But mine is right, at least in definition. That may not be what that is referencing to in the Bible, but by definition, it's right. He's copying God. That's all he can do. You can't be better than your master. The best you can do is copy. Now, I never got to the level of my master, so I didn't have to worry about being better than him. Because as a human being, we can get better than our master. Our master is getting old, and we're still younger than them, so we can rise above them and become the new master, only because of attrition. But with God, they don't age, so that's not a matter. So Satan's the 1/6. The demon spirit is the Holy Spirit, and the Antichrist is the other 6. So 3 6s, there's your Trinity for Satan. It's never going to be as good as God's, but he copies. And that's what the Antichrist is doing. He's coming down here to copy as much as he can do of what God did. And so he's going to fool the Jews. who are still looking for him. He's going to fool the Muslims who are looking for him because he is in the Quran. But we're the restrainer. We've got to go first. And I'm doing a video on this month. This is an important month. My next video, when I get it done, will be talking about how important this month is. If our rapture is 2023, I'm thinking it's got to be this month or right into October, because Tabernacles goes from the end of the month for a few days. I think it's October 6th it ends. So because of that, it could go that far. But we're in the next year. '74 is coming up here. We're going to be in 74. Get rid of 73. Is that the number? I'm so tired I can't keep stuff in here. I got to have notes. Whatever last year is, we're switching to the new year. Rosh Hashanah. And when we get there, there will be trumpets. Now, some people think it's the trumpets that we need to have the rapture, the last trump. Others say it's going to have to be the tabernacle. Because if you line up things in the Bible, they're that way. Again, we're Gentiles. We don't have to line up with biblical Hebrew, okay? We're Gentiles. We don't follow any of that. We don't follow the feast. Now, right after we're gone, they're going to jump back into the 70th week and will take on the Hebrew calendar. So we could, we could go up right as it's switching, but it's happening because we're going up. We're getting out of here. So, like I said, I might have to take another day or two just to acclimate. I'm having a hard time sleeping. My son's having a hard time sleeping. He's sleeping now. So, all right. This is a short one. I'm just going to post it just to kind of let you know what's going on. This is a big month ahead. A little bit of scenery. There's a lawnmower running in the background. Birds. This is kind of where I'm staying for the next month. I'm just a guest. So that way I can look for a place for my son and me. My son and I.